Abusuya Yamakwaba, Shonkoso, Eba POG Media, and Yadambako highway so highway there, and some baby was so I am so ya Japan say, Yabami Abida Fono, Ahudia, Echo, and dear Ebanadena, Echo so, Ewo, a highway so, NPP by elections are a course no, Ewo, a Joso Mantemu, and NPP near or call independent or call as independent candidates no. Or see they watching the whole every NPP no. Ma NPP for tough time. Just so abundance no. See no. Man your friend no Kwabena Owusu Aduomi ono on sa man no nyoma or ye no enye nyoma ketewa. Eye Kwabena Owusu Aduomi. Sa man no nyoma or ye no enye asam ketewa. Akwa say adanko dada adre bi na eche say or dada ejosofo na say okoma eye sika puduo bi a NPP amanyuko no Dr. Bawumia na Addo dankwa Akuffo Addo e di akoto ni table so say eye ono Kwabena Aduomi no on resign like 2024 MPs abato no enka onye de ontwe ne ho mfi mu kura se na be ya ono no onko bio na ebeka lawyer ne nko a ewom na we na sisi ano Kevin Ekobedu Taylor aba be drop hottest expose against Kwabena Owusu Aduomi sikapudu a NPP for no e de man Kevin Taylor ebo sikandin a o che se eye 40 million elkwa enye asam ketu akwa ye be pese ye be mi abidafo no be mi akona ya kwa kotie ense ma Kevin Ekobedu Taylor e de etuda na ansa na ye be kono owo ensam kan bi afahye ye comment section like na share ma afofro so ensa entumi enka bi aha POG Media
you see Andra elections no I was swame no exactly 10-2 and about Ghana my mention my debut ha. Now, Momian discussing Andra elections, no, and it was between these two gentlemen. Ewo Edieng Ejoso. Che. When you abrochaya man kofo. Moa. Now listen. Andra elections, no, so I got in monitor elections now. On say and the adiachinye ochina. The NPP media houses, they will all run away from it. And majority of the media in Ghana, they will run away from it. They see what Ejoso Enrano is a reflection of what is going to happen in 2024. The NPP, they know deep down, said they have lost the elections. They know deep down, said, see, I know Asantifona Nyamua Bim. The Ejoso for ye and Enrano, and ye Enrano started from the day Akuffo Addo taking over from 2018. 2020, omu botuo and omu win elections. They know for a fact they did not win the elections. Whatever we saw, it just didn't happen. It is something that has been sitting there. And in Ghana, baby, NPP friend stronghold. NPP does not have anything called stronghold. From they see, Ejoso Enrano. I was saying Ghana ni biya to no for. Now, after we are done with this, Uber say NPP. So, Enisa Omuluzu less than 2.5 million votes. 2024 elections, they will lose over 2.5 million votes. Now, let's go back a little bit. Now, you try and check history, no. Now, you may do just elections, no. Then you understand the AC. Because right after the elections, yet say NPP chairman Akasa, and what did he say? Or say, we will reconcile Aduomi with the NPP. Yeah, elections now, and an NPP chairman, we an interview, or TV so, and the Busan say, now election in the results here, who is saying.
Also Aduomi, splitting and leaving the camp. And personally, as chairman of the party, I'm not comfortable. We should be able to bring them all back to the fold, the party's fold, so that come December 7th, there will be no surprises. We should be able to carry the Gǔřǔs seat with ease, as against what we are going through this evening. So that's my next focus, to make sure that the party is reconciled amongst itself. That's what we are looking at.
So is it that you are going to the camp of Aduomi, try to convince him and his supporters to return to the NPP?
That is the only way out. You don't expect Aduomi.
It's a straightforward thing. Chairman say, "Oh, ya to abanewie, ye be hia Aduomi and the supporters." Busa won say adentina before the elections, no. NPP chairman ain't to make a statement way because before the elections, no. Mahmoud Bawumia person be president, no say no kind.
Vice president who also accused the independent candidate of flirting with the opposition NDC.
Utuma independent NDC na umutuma elinti na NDC omwanfa candidate ambano omuta independent nechi.
No, I don't want to insult him. He's a vice president, but he's neither here nor there.
Utuma independent NDC na umutuma elinti na NDC omwanfa candidate ambano omuta independent nechi.
This is the flag bearer of the party. Yako constituency yakotwaba nipa na obedi NPP ni no ka kire Joseph no say mwangasa mo de hye na ono party ni mpedifo epese omubu ni kata efa so na ose onti ase no because opese ote Joseph enim no Bawumia ka kire Joseph say sa party ni no oye NDC ni Bawumia wu and the chairman ya to aba ni wie the chairman say mo a moji munansi wo edi munsasi wo say ye mpene ye de no kore ne pe ye pese ye de Aduomi echi na ye je NPP ni si wo no and the chairman say oh mama bibia nkoda na mo nsa me join the party no mo join the party na beto aba ma Bawumia kwasi ampe you be president ana cause Bawumia say eye mo candidate na mo to aba ma no sa Aduomi no oye NDC ni inti chairman na oka se mo NPP fo na moto abama Aduomi no momba emeka eye NPP ho no oka se mo mbeka Bawumia ho ana because Bawumia has made it clear o se mo Joseph mo nka no kre mo the independent candidate chi a oye NDC ni. So why is the chairman saying say eye Aduomi nkofo na because of power Bawumia Jimmy onim si bia politics no because of power nti omo ye NDC for no. When he's saying say NPP for omudi Aduomi chi meto abama NPP no opese o kire say omo meto abama Bawumia anasa omo meto aba keke ema NPP parliamentary candidate ye pese ye pe clarification no because until Bawumia will go back to Ajiso to go and tell the Ajiso people say Aduomi enya NDC ni na me ye trefo no then say wo ye Ajiso ni na okodi abaso say me koto ama Bawumia na wo ye kwasia because we didn't ka kire Osi abana wotoma Aduomi endra no we NDC ni we kromfo wo nka no kre enti enne se ende party ni se oh munyina meka ho a okoto aba ama hwan okoto ama nipa na oso ya kwase ampanya we NDC ni nana ana okoto ama eye parliamentary candidate nko that is the question because okosa like 2024 na okotwi soroku se okoto aba ma Bawumia na Bawumia ne behu se wo ya aboa including mu amuho nyina because we din ka ka se mo ya kromfo we din ka ka se mo nya NPP for. So you see where it is, but I know there you come to it very soon. Mama nchira there. They see Enra ewe juso no. Ye nyina ye hu say it was rigged. But let's go back into history. Na nchira ma debi. So you come back into history kakrebi seen and saying in Kumu in 2023 yeah starting no me breaking it down yeah we no afi obetiase ehun say NPP no so okoto abama NPP always still time they will lose 2.5 million votes they will lose in 2024 I'm telling you shade yeah start free na yembra na afi yen chew endra numbers no the meaning of the numbers. In the Kumu 2023 by-election, the NPP added just 304 votes to its 2020 number. Now, in 2020 parliamentary election, the NPP's late Philip Baswa had 14,960. NPP in 2023, omukoya by-election ewo Kumu. Na oma ba na Baswa wo ansa na owu na 14,960. yeah abani nyina wie to abani wie no NPP candidate na omuko yi na eye Kumu eye Santimemu eye NPP stronghold. Remember Kumu eye one of the strongholds of the NPP. Or the only 304 votes per and the Kabaswa vote. This is the reality. Inti omuko Kumu upon all the government machinery Akuffo adokoye obi akoye kodi di atem keka nkwasesem esa ko chesika ekwa intimidate ye no omu wie no at the end of the day no vote na basoa na owo ho ewu ye ni jae no omu de 304 per count. Get this right. We Kumu, we Ashanti region, we you believe say hana ye NPP fruma. Now, and as Yawenim in 2023, Kumu by elections moved the numbers with just 304 votes from 14,960 to 15,264. Baswa Ewuno number no ejato na 14,960. Ya two Kumu abani we omudi new candidate by no na number na 15,264. Meaning only 304 votes. Nipa only 304 per and the beka Baswa number no. Forget about the NDC because eye ejoso Kumu any sa places eye NPP stronghold. So don't because the NDC will not win. Inti we expect to say enya kurano sa number na da dada no you double it. Because there's a percentage via every parliamentary candidate works around. So now, you say Kumu a NPP stronghold, no. Baswa Koya na the new guy ya winning by no or the 304 votes per account. I will say how we NPP near. Because enya we a NPP stronghold, enya any other place a Kumu. Now shade. You feel Kumu nearby Asin North. And also another by-election. In the Asin North, the trend has remained constant, with the NPP losing numbers that's becoming unpopular even amongst its base. So Asin North, let's say it's a swing state. Asin North, a swing state. Ako NPP, ako NDC, ako NPP, ako NDC. Into hono, and you'll be a stronghold. A hono, obia to meet seats, no. But normally, when a government is in power, when a party is in power, a juma mobile no and a betche the amount or the enthusiasm in Kofodi Bedio which abamomo. It's normally no when there's a government in power and there's by-election, the probability of the government in power or party in power to win the election is high because it is seen say they are the ones basically feeding the people, working for the people, showing them their handwork. Into easy my government, you know. All that they have to do is campaign time draw. Munshawe, Montonwa Bamaye. Into normally, no government in power, no. I am easy for them to win by elections. But when we went to Asin North, the by-election is still in the 2020 elections, no, in Asin North, no, the NPP managed in 2020 elections, NPP now 14,193. Now, at the Asin North parliamentary elections, no, and no na NPP now in 2020 elections. Time omoba ebeye 2023 omoba by election no. In the Asin North by elections in 2023, NPP dropped from 14,000 to 12,000, meaning they lost about 1,500 votes. So between the two elections from 2020 to 2023, the party in government anka omu ye juma senka omu jenyoma ama asimfo hu omuni aswa anka sa number na omunya the 2020 election 14,193 no nanka say at least a jump ko ebia 16 to 17,000 because it will show the appreciation from the people. It will show you say abani ye bibi abani ibo ejuma abano ejuma oye na eso eye asimfo ni. But interestingly 14,000 not dropped to 12,000. They lost about 1,005. It should tell you clearly it's a vote of no confidence in the government. Say you are not impressing us. And the most interesting thing is their opponents were able to add up their number. It means say Asin North Fono were basically impressed with the job at NDC for the year before NPP for power. That is why the numbers the NPP, you know, those numbers moved to come support the NDC. In Tomoko Asin North, the NDC won. It's another vote of no confidence. So the government in power continuously and constantly, they are losing numbers, and they are losing numbers at critical regions or in critical regions. It should tell you something. Yeah, bank kakra na ya baba be pie eye endra ase eye kumewudi no so. I want you I want you to follow me. Ehona be how NPP for nim so lose elections no. Even at Ejoso endra no, they lost the elections. They know. I have it. Mr. P, I have it. Yeah. So these are the two things. So Machel 2 by-elections in 2023. And the 2 by-elections in ocean numbers now, the NPP drops. Busamusa Adentra. And one in their own stronghold. The second is in the swing state or swing region. They've lost the whole. They've lost the elections, and they've lost the votes, and they have dropped in percentage. They won one and they lost one. Now see this. In all the three elections, by-elections in our Basono. For all the 3 by-elections held after 2020, remember, after 2020 elections, 3 by-elections have been put together, or we have held 3 by-elections. For all the 3 by-elections held after 2020, namely Kumu, Asin North, and Ejoso by-elections, the NPP has seen a mass loss of votes. The 3 by-elections. So we share the raw figures. Numbers are NPP nyaya. In the 3 by-elections, they have dropped numbers. Is the government working? Are the people appreciative? No. Are the people showing signs that the government is a lying government? Yes. Are the people not interested in the government? Yes. Is the government not attractive? Yes. Is the party not attractive? Yes. Why is it every election, the 2020 numbers you got, you are not able to add anything to it, but you keep dropping it? Now, the worst of the 3 has been the Ejoso by-election. Endra Diano has been the worst. And I'll show you why the Ejoso candidate now is the weakest candidate. The weakest in the history of Ejoso politics. This candidate, this lawyer Boateng, is the weakest. And it will be the easiest election for the independent candidate if he decides to go and the NDC. Maybe I met you. So the worst of the 3 has been the Ejoso by-election held yesterday, where the party dropped from 68,000 votes to 27,000. John Kuma, may he so rest in peace, Ansana Obewunu in 2020, onya 68,326. These were the votes. Onya toho. Endra elections ni no. Let's take out NDC number. Let's take out the independent candidate number. The NPP candidate made 27,728. Now, meaning that the NPP lost over 40,000. They lost over 40,000 of its people who voted for their parliamentary candidate in 2020 in the just held Ejoso 2024 by-election. Now, Obi Beka say, hey, this is a by-election. Now, by-election there, and the turnout is not as huge as the general election. You are right. Obviously, every by-election, you don't get the turnout the same as the general elections. So 68,000 at least, you are expecting in your stronghold, if the party is attractive, if the NPP, they have done something extraordinary, at least you should have about 60 or 70% of the 68,000 showing up to confirm, to tell Ghanaians to say, this is the party we still love. Now, when you go back all the way in 2008, this is what you see. In 2008, the first parliamentary election, that parliamentary election they had there, Kwabena Owusu Aduomi, the man who contested a lawyer in 2008 on the stand there, onya 57,278. Percentage in saying 82. It shows a commanding win. It just said this is stronghold. NDC ninya 10,000. CPP ninya 1,001 and Lucy or PNC nino enya 544. So Aduomi all the way in 2008 he had a commanding number 82%, 57,000. Now when you come to 2012, the same Kobana Owusu Aduomi, he made 51,000. So you could see his number percentage wise on your 80%. So he dropped from 82 to 80. It still makes sense. It's a stronghold. 2012 one and hour power. 2012 NDC is about power. So you understand. But the people still voted for the NPP. 2012 now NDC in our power and about power. Still the Ejisu people, 80% of the population came out to vote for the NPP. Aduomi and also Augustine Andrews NDC moving from 10,000 to 11,000. Into Aduomi numbers na esote and share NDC for the enim. Oshe Omamaka PPP UFP near they made 150 and blah 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 0000. So still Aduomi is holding on to the number. He's still in the 80% range. He has not dropped from 80%. He's still in there. He's still holding on to the stronghold numbers. Now, when you come to 2016, and I want you to pay attention to the percentage. 2008, 82%. 2012, about 80%. This is 2016. This is Kobana Owusu Aduomi, NPP, Ejoso. He made 54,000, 83%. It means that guy has been able to hold the party in Ejoso. Every election, he's able to bring out over 50,000 people. It does not matter. Aduomi is always able to bring out 50,000 NPP supporters to come and vote every time. This is 2016. Now John Mahama president. NPP wasn't in power. The people were still interested in giving the NPP the vote. Now Edoma kuma so some NPP vote no. NDC drop it to 9,000. On the NDC about 10,000 by 11. About 9,000. Aduomi sakwaji numbers no. So NDC nya 2 onya 1,000 na Aduomi saji. NDC etuminya 2,000 na Aduomi saji. The same person, he maintained the 83, the highest 83%. The moment you cross 83%, you are a stronghold. Upon chikra the nisi swabe to amasa party no. That is what it means. And John Kuma by. When John Kuma came in 2020, John Kuma won with 82%. He's still in that range. Nipa 68,326 and a P about 2020 but to Abama John Kuma. Nipa 68,000. But see something interesting. And these numbers in 2016 a year 9,000, no? It jumped from 9,000 to 14,000. What is happening? Some people are starting to listen and be looking at the issues. Into NDC, Abedru 2020, 14,164. NDC is jumping in numbers. NPP is still there. John Kuma Kutasa numbers. Now, something happened. So, check the percentages in history. Parliamentary result percentage trend at Ejoso from 1996 all the way to 2024. Take your time and watch this. 1996, NPP nya 75% turnout. Ejoso. 2000, 78% turnout. 2004, 78% turnout. 2008, 82% turnout. 2012, 80% turnout. 2016, 83.8% turnout. 2020, 82% turnout. Endra by-election, you expect to say at least NPP being NPP, it does not matter who is part of the elections, especially say NDC crani picture anymore. NPP being NPP, say a by-election cry, you expect to see about 40,000 people 40,000 people turning out because it's the stronghold of the NPP. Because there's an NPP on the ticket and there is an independent on the ticket. Whether he's NPP or not, the NPP is on the ticket. So the question is simple. Say I got 2 by-election NRA. Na nipa only 27,000 out of 68,000 omutuma John Kuma, and they to me show up to vote for NPP candidates now. You have to understand, they said the NPP lost the elections and their candidate is the weakest in the history of Ejiso. This candidate holds nothing. Now I'm breaking it down, Joe. Now, say almost say NDC for almost 14 to 17,000 votes. Okay. Now, Andra election no. Now look at this. Yenti in total no. Nipa omoto aba Andra no Mr. S Mr. P. In total nipa omoto aba Andra is around 40 it was 21 against 27, right? So let's say it was around 48,000 people in the Tuaba Enra. Meaning, Nipa by 20,000 did not vote. Nipa 20,000, they all did not show up at Ejiso. There are two things here. It's either numbers no more just in 2020 no a fake numbers, or two, the NPP has lost it at Ejiso. Now I'm breaking it down now. Enra Nipa by 45,000, 48,000 and the power bond to the Tuaba. Now man for say NDC for an count inti yamfa ne say NDC for the numbers no NDC for the numbers no omo moto abani nyina ma Aduomi eye NDC for 14,000 or 17,000 yamfa NDC for ni nyina omo ejiso number no yamfa ma Aduomi because you see oye NDC ni. So let's be fair and give the NDC for numbers ni nyina yamfa ne say NDC for omo edien ejiso 49,000. All right. So the total number of votes cast yesterday was 49,790. Thank you, Mr. P. In Tandrano, they had about 49,790 people coming out to vote. Now, share breakdown. In Tiafan say NDC for Oma Mbabi. Oma no more just NDC for now went to vote for Aduomi. Yamfan sa in Aduomi no all election no not our 17,000 votes. Now Aduomi na 21,000, meaning nipa omo NPP for more just so emu 4,000 pe na etoma edien Aduomi ekoka NDC for no ho and into Aduomi enya 21,000. Let's take it like that. Now, sa NPP candidates no say 21,000 ye mu 17,000 omo NDC for na 68,000 no emu 4,000 every mu abe 17,000 no man abe 21,000 ama Aduomi. That means it will be left with 64,000 people omo staunch NPP for. Now out of the 64,000 no, this candidate got only 27,000 out of the 64,000. So when you do the raw math, how many people stayed away from this candidate omo NPP for? Let's do the math. 64 minus 27. Let's do the maths. That means plus 1 minus 1, about 37,000 people did not vote for this guy. Omunyina ye Ejosofo. Ebi a breakdown am ye no ntiase. Ejosofo say by election. Na omo mbeto aba no ema Aduomi. Ntiase Aduomi numbers no enye NPP for inti yamfa NDC for man to aba nyina ye de omo nyina numbers 17,000 no ema Aduomi. By Aduomi numbers onya na 21,000. Inti the other 4,000 onya we yen can say NPP for this granted NPP for any the car NDC numbers no and onya 21,000. Inti sa numbers no dan chain. Inti NPP numbers say 68,000 ye yimu 4,000 pe and ye de ama Aduomi nya 21,000. Now that means the aka 64,000 in NPP for. It is a candidate out of 64,000. Not only out of 64,000, not only 27,000 people come out to vote for your candidate. You need to understand the say. Sir, nipa close to 40,000 almost, you know, your candidate is the weakest. Because in normal real time, when 2024 there is an election, na se Aduomi yes obe stand election ni biema. Na se okaso obeko independent. Na NDC contest. Na se NPP contest here. This is what is going to happen. 1. NDC with the 17,000 clock down is sitting there. Aduomi onya. Now, say Aduomi numbers now onya in 21,000 no. Say ye ka say ye tie free NPP for 68,000 more. Technically, Ebeka saying Ebeka 40,000. Let's round it up. 68,000 minus 21,000 no. Yankan say 68, right? Anna Yati 21,000 Aduom the Yankan say NPP for 21,000. And Yati film normal kotuma Aduom 2024. That means the Ebeka chino almost by 57,000 or whatever no. It is going to be the NPP candidate. The question here is, are you sure, sir, this NPP candidate here, more Air Force, no, no, he can pull all that number because Alan Chamantin is on the line. Alpha Franto for Omujina touchline. Eye Gumu for Nijina touchline. Eye Kominini PPP for Nijina touchline. So what tells you, said, your candidate can pull the 68,000 John Kuma pulled? He can never. That means he's going to pull between 34,000 to 35,000. And what shows to say Aduom will not make more than 35,000 votes. What shows to say the people 47,000. No? What shows to say see 21,000 if you 68,000 like 47,000. What shows to say you are going to make the 82% at Ejiso because 47,000. No, remember only 27,000 people showed up for this guy. Meaning, even the 47,000, the guy cannot make all the 47,000. The guy will still not be able to make 82%. So technically, in 2024, the NPP cannot cross 60% in Ejiso. They can't. And that is what showed yesterday. And Nintina Omo chairman said he's sad. And Nintina said they have lost that seat. Let me tell you. Aduomi can come back in 2024 and win the seat. Easy. Unless he's not ready. But Aduom, Obo, Wambo, it will be tough for NPP to get 82% or just so never. Anytime I can say, the NPP in the Ashanti region is no more the stronghold of the NPP. And it's that they have stayed away from the conversation. And Endrano, they realize say they have lost the elections. And it's not just Ejusu, me say ende. If there's by-election or Bantama, the numbers they made in 2020, they can never make those numbers. Andra percentage of was 55.8. And the 55.8 no krano, your friend said Aduomi numbers in your NDC numbers, and you 4,000 pay free numbers in the medium. Ain't you 4,000 pay free 68,000 so no, they were able to make only 55.8%. So in this case, when Aduom decides to come 2024, now NDC is 17, now Aduom decides to enter the MPP numbers 21,000. How much is the MPP going to make? So 47 the guy cannot make 447. Alakulech Ramanting age in a touchline. A man for a touchline. Into Moga no what to me a picky voter 35,000 votes. Yeah, that's the reality. So it shows clearly. Say the NPP, they have lost grip of that Ashanti region stronghold. It is no more there. And the reason is simple. It is because Asantifono enyina e say MPP e buo mokwasia. Now, Obibaka say, oh, this new guy now, he is going to deliver and he's going to surprise the people of Ejiso. He can't. He cannot bring anything to Ejiso. On to me see hospital, on to me see school, on to me nyakwine, on to me pinsio. Abaina nkasa niska. So the guy is even going to lose more popularity. And unim, omu believe in Aduomi, they are not backing down. They still have the hope, say NDC enter elections, no, omu 17,000. Aduomi, any Akwawe split, Aduomi bet me beat Akwawe. Aduomi is popular. than the NPP candidate. Anytime I catch them, say, this is the weakest candidate, sir. NPP. Edi abase yenkoto swaba. Anytime I catch them, say, someone say, Omo Mokoto medium, NDC for ya the NDC 17,000 yam medium. 4,000 per this also holding at 21,000. The Aka 64 no, Munipani yamu 27,000 per. The Aka 64 no, onyamu 27,000 per. Into what tells you say this your candidate is so strong. He is not. And what was going to help him was he was going to do some co-mininis. Obeye kwan fumbi, obeye school bi, obesi hospital bi. Abai nankasa niska. Akuffo nankasa mpontumi si one hospital. So how are you going to get this guy over the line? Remember, 82% don't do order. Endra onya 55.8. When do 60% impo, meaning he can drop further. Say NDC race anymore. And remember, the NDC policies now, they love it. They want the 24-hour economy. They love it. If you take Aduomi out by force, the people who follow Aduomi will vote for the NDC. And remember, say Sanko for about 21,000 because NDC in Kaho. If they enter into the NPP numbers, normally the NDC will beat the NPP guy. Alan Kojo is on the touchline. They be a mekachemo afafranta for tarwo no. And remember, when you do the percentage wise, afafranta should make 100,000 in every constituency. Over 10,000 votes in every constituency. Yeah. So the percentages Andra they see now. Alan Kojo Chamantin should be able to pull over 10,000 votes every constituency. Who is he going to go against? This MPP candidate, this guy, he is going to come in December. The Bible catcher a year as Antiphone Joseph and say, oh, na minimre na kind of bosomen soon penny at Twaba, Abuofunu. Now I'm Saka bosomen soon when Jama will be also bit my BB. Why be paying? The Obama catcher a year Joseph and say, oh, Mumen fan manenka. Yenya in your four, Munina Mufamu Jimmy Metomame. Now Bawumia or Casa Moya NDC for no, Yam coin a president. Now as I be catch Joseph for say muni bibi na any time na kabo so men son into montumame or muni msa santifo Joseph we Jimmy and NPP no and it ma start say oh Aduomi supporters mra na Aduomi supporters muso me NDC for Aduomi supporters muso me yankwasiafo Aduomi supporters muso me nyansa na eye den Aduomi supporters a Bawumia eka so me NDC for yankwasiafo na eye den no mo be join NPP ebe to abama Bawumia be president. Inti Akwawe, his message will be simple. Oh, there wasn't time. Na kaboso men sompe ni akotwaba mo amunim de esi ye nyina mfa ncha ye ho de bia mo yusu asantefo so mo jimi because sa na mo de be asantefo they will come back omo de ebe omo ka se ye nyina ya asanto anananom ye nyina enso enra na mo gu mo anim ase endra Bawumia gina ho edi motem Akuffo ado aye na no se boto ebe keka nkwase asem no na owura fi se mo ya asanto anananom. Time a amoba mountain platform. Na omo ka kire mo say mo amokoto abama eduo mo ye nkwasiafo makogi sika mo ye NDC fo no na omo nim se mo ye asantefo ma na omo nim se mo ye ya asanto ade hye na omo nim se mo ye nipa ende omo pese omo sa use mu biem na omo de mokogi tumi omo wia no makase nkwasiafo ma another 4 years beba be ka kire se mo ye asanto anananom enu ntina na nabi mo so a weed almost a weed etam sika de bram so monji sika na mo agimi mo mpempuntio abrantie we or the weakest link say Aduomi edna ni to form no ka say opese oboa adwosoman obeji seat in 2024 Oma be ka kire mo boy na ya santo ananom ya santo wu ye na light ni ho ya santo time wu ye na hospital ni ho ya santo anemre so na roads ekwan papa ni ho ya santo ho na Facebook ni ho ya santo ho na vitamins ni ho ya santo anemre so ne send message o ya santo amre so na yenye den yentua edie momo ya santo akọ eye wo ne wo brabo enti se Bawumia be gina okache so ye jimifo na wo no wokoto abama eduenu enti wo ye NDC ni a se wo sa da no wo se mekoto aba ko yi Bawumia president a o kachire obe kachire so we ya aboa we ya asantini aboa. It is simple. medwidwa numbers ni mu akyerɛw mama wati ase say Addo nye stronghold and the NDC will come full force with the truth because and no asantifo ni bi abehu no kure no sebio asantifo ni bi abeti ase say impuntio enehia na sebio enye party edi ekyire say mmoa the youth amo Addo no ehu bibi sibia nkofo we di sika ba ye ebebu omo so omo ye mmoa esesa sika epuopu omo so munji sika mamondwiri mpuntio ho munji sika mamondwiri atane a ya bedi mo ho eye dan na president begina Addo so ka che Addo so for say mo ye nkwasiafo ye NDC for eye dan na obi a ye friend Bawumia opesa wo ma de tumi etumi ka che say wo ye kronfo wo nka no kre efi say wan to ama NPP candidate wo ye NDC ni eye dan na wasantini de hia wo di mokodi nkyene esa tena say teni we be ka asase wo che say akosala akoto aba mateni no. These are the facts. And I'm not going to lie about it. These are facts we all cannot run away from.
How can I say? O say? And the moment the more chance, the answer. And also when you then I win it. Now the home plan, mammy. Come Casa. Address me. Ose. Oh, catch you. Sikasa and Casana Moka. 150 million. Are they? 150 million. I know. Million planet. The Brady 150 million. What's it say? Don't do that. YouTube. What about them? Monitoring. Into the Hina mana Obuafua, Ama Abufu Yabe. Oh, dear, what can man before make a biso say? Kuma, Auntie Mianyashi, Ama, Josoma, Besias said, Ya, young rabbi, young and Fantomano. And I make a chance say, into one yashi into a buyer kaka, never fear Nayo, and Josoma to one yashi and Famam. Aduomi so be ya aduomi NPP na man ya aduomi wa complainsa ya man deputy Yamani bibia. Why ye a duty so one cast MPP MPP now I'm not one kind.
But the reason all man say besianse ha ono onhunu say when yamfa so bia ewo lawyer Kuma eho enti no osusu say oto de ma Aduomi a on de when yan so mfa so
when yan so mfa so say samo ameka enye ntokwa meme wanu wo kanu na me so meka say enti John Kuma ba enti wanye bibia mamo nipa da se ni ese mo nu na mo kaye efri mo nu mo dia ne mo nkai
osusu so oye bibi ma mo de na oye ma mo
menim yo mo abeye bi o mo
no am here on sa wa finger ink no
na bacho ma ye
okay so we then fried rice
yeah fried rice na abatu we de o mo kire say next you know January election no so no o se o mo diska wura mu se ya enye sa ye ntomo mo da me nyina ha na fried rice apata amabo ameti ase awia we na megina mu na wo de sika to vote na wo de to vote ye ma bi 200 ye ma bi 100 ye ma bi 200 ye ma bi 100 na meti ya kofia akwaji sika kwase akwaji sika sa na eto aba o mo ye omadwuma yi a omadwuma de bedi o ho adanse am ye to ho aba ma o mo na se NPP Akuffo de timbegina ha ka se o so de mi kwan bi e be fa so bi a o so de mi be lusu no be lusu de a e kwan na mo fa no o de bi sankrofo wa ha go round and bisa say ane sika say na nkrofo age o college bebre wo ha sika o mo age wo ha enye sika ketwa enye easy
ada na wanya bi
papa me do me man papa no ahai ono na ye maame ena papa no so mi hu fom so bia wo no ho oba ye adwuma pa wa ya ma omo mbisa MPP fom mbisa say ayi e friend say onabo no we cry for the simple ayi John Kuma emputuduma be no yeye no mo fa anye campaign no mo nya sika no mo tugu no
mate me da say madam boko de ana me ba ho wa kwato de wi
ba cho ama
mama he on sa okay o to coin
to ma osu Aduomi one o se obebo ame de mo tie se ko na ye ma ame mi John Kuma me hu emfaso bi amfiri ni so ma to ma lawyer evi se ono no ba ye toilet kra ma ye be se ko se ni toilet kra no a kire be ni apemre na gumu a wo mo ni gumu ba ko ye ma ye wo ji esika wa anya anche ye nti John Kuma de me nye de me to ma no da na do so ba you so na ba ka ye ko nti se me no o ma se lu so mo vote kra fi mu MPP se me to ma NDC me to aba ne ma MPP biem me de osu Aduomi de wo si da kwa de kin ma me kra me to ma osu Aduomi ma da.
All right, but as it says, battle between lawyer and yeah.
So this is what's on the ground. Now, what the most disturbing thing about this whole thing, and they say, media matise Osu Aduomi opese ojiska na 2024 elections no onko. And you see, se nipa de ne re show mu. Na se uhuma mi fo we hwe young man where oil fried rice na omo de omakoma show mu na even though abedi bi pen na still omo wo edien hope wo mu se de obeye no omo hu ni se kakra da ho wo mu obetuma ya bo omo na se ende sa nipa we nyina etumi aba abontina to amawo na se at the end of the day only NPP for to them se obeji sika na 2024 election no onko no now Ewusu Aduomi no dia na opeso ka che nipa we mo because from our checks you are basically sitting with these people and considering not to contest 2024. That is why right after elections we know ultimately release statement bi an kan kire omo a nipa 21,000 to ma on say upon nsem Akuffo be kan say omo ye nkwasiafo omo ye NDC fo Bawumia begina oka so omo yankwasiafo omo ye NDC fo no you have not given them any assurance to say 2024 elections no obe contested as independent no it is showing say you are ready to take money from these people and the integrity kakrana wo ho no sa integrity no sa nipa we no eye dan na ometwenya ratio mu because after the elections no till date You have not responded or said anything. Uncle say by ende, what to me I publish a pink sheet for omo to abama no ehu de wunya ye wo baby a eye tabulation to see say ampa ma ba me koto ye no ma ba no ye kan ye ebesi nne owusu Aduomi wa won kasa ye wa release statement. Today you are seriously doing business with NPP say wa na who preach say NPP eye akromfo omo tuetue sika no. Today, who Aduomi no only NPP for at the table ho discussion say abana unya no so de bema omo a e kire obutie sika ma wo ansana we jai 2024 den na wo de maamefo enkwara empenifo a omo de omo re ehye wo mu because I remember adjusu man hene kura ka say wo ye ne nana na onim se wo de ontumi enja adjusu wonto ende o de adjusu akosia wawa na wo gi sika. Say NPP for Akromfo way 2024 omonko contest NDC. And it's so bad because nipa ti say wo Aduonu. Where's his picture? Wo owusu Aduonu will say dean no nipa omo wo arehyiemu omu a omo gi wudi hwemaamefo hwemrewa hwemmebunu na wo ende ade akyin ya wa sorry ni NPP for akotena kasa say omo ntam sika twitwiridie mawo. Now, there is no way 2024 be contested. The reason why I make us say is say from our source, no, I was say who prove it say a just man say me owusu Aduomi 2024 munti me contest yamamo as an independent candidate. The moment I want to mean yes, no, then it means say in summer yenye source catch say when NPP for eto discusses about millions of dollars. Just mind sitting na momo na no cre. Because it's been over 24 hours. This is so interesting, eh? Mr. B, this is very interesting. And you see, Mr. S, this story you just sent me is an interesting story. I'll talk about it 1 second. So, from what we are picking up, no, and Aduomi after 24 hours a real election, all to mean kasa. Or the adjustment kosia wawa. The amuyama eye Aduomi endre nyina no or dwini sika ho. So person prove che adjustment say mu nyankwasiafo na Akuffo Addo ene Bawumia ntumi medi mu atam emesesa wi mamu nananom enko. Person prove say onya kromfo onti se NPP fo we ya. I was say Aduomi to me babontin ni menim ya beka kire adwosomanfo say ono 2024 December obe contested as independent candidate. But Aduomi ntuma anya saa then it means say Aduomi nya ni papa pa bia e was say sebio mo adwosofo otwam kura mo gene so. If we say it is clearly showing say he came into this for money. He did not contest this election because he wanted to help Adyen eye adjusuman se opese oma adjusuman ginidi se de ekoso no otia na opese ogi oman no adjusuman no di mpunti oba na onkoton adjusufo ni munyam enkogi sika omra bontene emmehye adjusufo de bosse 2024 no obe contested as independent candidate. If you say Nana Akuffo Addo Bawumia ma mati ase se mo ye NPP fo mo ye NDC fo mo a mokoto abama Aduomi ni nyina no Aduomi no mo ye nkwasiafo mo ye akromfo na mo ye NDC fo. And we need to let Ghana for ne adjusofo etiase ye be se adjusoman for etiase se Mr. Aduomi ntumi amba abontene ende ne ochine yi amba hye mobo se obe contest 2024 a baby abuba huni bia muntu biningu no ho every se onye ni papa every say odemo mokra odi monimonyam akogi sika. And this is what I am telling Ajosofo. Mene woka say NPP for bubedi matebo no omuni Aduomi edi nkomo se Aduomi do Ajosoman a Aduomi ochine yoba bekasa aka kire Ajosoman say 2024 in the next 6 months or starting a campaign or pese oje Ajoso esi ho biem until he is going to contest. Because he contested in 2020. So why is he refusing to contest in 2024? Why is he scared to tell us say obe contested 2024? At this point, now God say he expect to say Aduomi campaign no, omo release all the pink sheets into the public. Omo release the pink sheet ni nyina ma nyina ye steady the omunya every single polling station. And so Aduomi said no, on release it. Minim the America show, and I know what is happening. And more Joseph Wono, minim eye adada ni pe person mo dada mo. Aduomi can prove me wrong by coming out to tell eye Joseph man for say obe contested 2024. On to me nka if we say Ojiska. Aduomi has been promised over $40 million. Yes. Say Ojisa sikana onya seat no man en contested. Opese ode ejusuman ekosia wawa. But so person proving me wrong. Now prove amrewa we ni nkokora ne mbabawa ene imbebunu a omudi omokra to ho ebo samambo ebdi juma ekoto abama na omra bontene no beka nkire ejusuman say 2024 omo do ene de oma yama nti obegina as independent. So when tuma yes ade na eye de Aduomi or the ejusuman akwisia wawa or the my business. Because Aduomi standing 2024 obe wini. Tie the Americano. Owusu Aduomi, from the calculations and what I have shown you here, say or contested 2024, he will win Ejoso. The NDC cannot win. Say Aduomi a contestia, Aduomi be wini. And me the ayepama Ejoso mine yepe at the pa ama Ejoso mine. And we know for a fact say Bawumia akachire mo Ejosofo amotoma Aduomi se mo ye NDC fo a se wo ya santini ba wodi mokodi nchine ekogina line musa wo to ama Bawumia 2024 na wo sa asantini ba no wo ya boa every say Bawumia na ejina asantefo Ejosofo asa aseso aka sa asem na kire wo intayede na wo sa kodi line mu ekoto aba esama Bawumia. Enti this is simple. Say Mr. Aduomi or person prove it we as say onya kromfo on dada Ejosofo on for Ejoso nkosia wawa in the next 24 hours. Say or see on $40 million now. He should come out and declare his intentions for 2024. Say Mr. Aduomi ba bontene be catch us say he's not going to contest that 40 million waje. Muntie me Ejosofo me dia minim no wonim. Me say Mr. Aduomi say oba bontene be kase uncontested as independent ewo Ejoso 2024 $40 million waje. We choose 40 million over mo bre. Atenia ye dimu no we choose 40 million over that. Mo anamode ne hwahwa mo ho no we choose 40 million. Nana the Akuffo through the chairman they have suggested 40 million for Aduomi to say uncontested. Say Aduomi person proving me wrong. Or person prove mo Ejosofo wrong say oye nipa o kanokre onya kromfo onya NPP nia or di nipa adwene dada or dada nipa onya ewiti say eye Akuffo adomo a he should come out and say he is still going to contest 2024. So when tomorrow dey in the next 24 hours moon forget no or the mark $40 million a day. And then I'm a catcher no asem fufuru bia ni hobiem asem no e na maka ni nyina akere wo no before when you na kasa fi o makumem Aduomi hu dontra and the $40 million inti sama before nyina bra meye kwa ahokyere omo fem nyina omo mefem Aduomi de nipa we mu nyina ya mawo na odi omo nyina ni mbetwitwi fom eye Ejoso hene e de ne krato ho ka se me wo fa ase nie na sikanti but so person prove che Ejosofo a come out me say $40 million and almost some of them Aduomi $40 million. And intina after elections we on kasaye. Ontumi pon kan kire Joseph for say me pese me babiem me pese me contest if you say obawiaye ontumi nka ontumi po en releasing the pink sheets ontumi po maye hu to say abaye kotoma no on pese nkrata ye de man on pese o de be kire. It is because Aduomi is deciding oji eyesika no he is throwing Ejuso under the bus. Aduomi or ye nipe bia ne ho ahomte. Now at this point, only one lifeline in politics is to contest or be known as the most corrupt politician in the history of Ghana. Now Aduomi ba bontika say on this side ya baby ambehunu bia muntu biningunu ho onye ni papa. Now just say mu ye nyina no ohumu se mo jimi. Now before
abusia wene ensama ekoso ewo Ejuso mantema man na Mr. Kwabena Owusu Aduomi ono a ose oko independent na NPP for wakwa akoje bribe wo NPP for wa enye asem ketu akwa ebere abudafo asese mo je pene kokoti sa audio wi ede emaye aha POG Media medamase